name is Tim from Plugged Into Leadership, your outlet for leadership success. I am joined with my good friend Nate. And Nate, you have experienced something growing up that a good number of people unfortunately have experienced. I want you to share a little bit of your story with us. So give me just a piece of that story.
Okay, Tim. First, I want to thank you for having me. My story is, sadly, it's common with a lot of men today. I grew up without a father, and my father left when I was 2. That's just how my mom told me. He just owned me. He said I wasn't his. He had bought me an outfit, and he basically said I wasn't his, that she cheated and got pregnant. So, and he left, and I've never met him. And I didn't meet him till, well, I never met him. I didn't find him later till I met him on YouTube. Well,
Okay.
I found him on YouTube and Facebook, and reached out, got denied. He told me to leave him alone, and it hurt. But found out later, my wife even reached out to him before our wedding to invite him to the wedding. She reached out on Facebook, and then she told me that she basically told me he was gonna miss out and everything. I didn't know till after we got married.
Wow.
So, but throughout my life, throughout my childhood, I was blessed to have mentors for every stage of my life.
It's great.
But him not being there, him leaving, still affected me in ways that, like so many other men today, I had to learn how to do things on my own. I learned things from mentors, but when it came to basic things that a son needs to learn from his dad, like how to fight. I learned how to fight by getting beat up and bullied a few times. How to meet girls. I learned how to do it by getting turned down so many times. And just then copying other guys, what they would do and things like that. How to find a job. Just things, how to be successful, how to be a good leader, how to make wise decisions. I learned those from mentors, but it's different from having it from your father, your dad, your physical dad, because your mentors are not there late at night when you're in bed and you're crying because you're scared to go to school tomorrow because that bully is waiting on the corner every day to beat you up. Or you want to talk to that girl, but you don't have anybody to go say, hey dad, how do I approach her? And things like that. And then growing up, in college, I was in the band in college. Friends, fathers parents would come down to the games, to homecoming, and see them, and I'm looking like no one's here. So it was a hurting time throughout my life, and as I got older, I wanted a son, and I didn't want my son to experience what I experienced. So when I had a son, when Caleb was born, my whole premise was to make sure that he didn't feel the loss or the void that I felt. To make sure that when he wants daddy to play with him, daddy's sitting down playing with him. When he wants to read, daddy's reading. When he wants to go outside, going outside, buying him the bike, buying him the toys, buying him the soccer ball to play, to do those things with him. I'm planning things like, okay, when he turns 4, T-ball time, I'm gonna be at every game. So
that's awesome.
It's like thinking about those things that I didn't have to make sure he had. And it's almost like it's an epidemic now. Going on in the world and society. I did a study and found that the U.S. leads the world in fatherless families.
That's terrible.
And it's terrible. And I realize it's spiritual though. When you look at it, what Satan is doing, he wants to take the father out of the house. So the family dynamic is destroyed. And I don't think people get it and see that.
Well, you've taken some active steps to try to fight back that spiritual warfare, fight back Satan, and you've created a resource, you've created a book. So tell me a little bit about the book and how the book is helping to kind of remedy some of that or put right some of those things. So what was the idea behind the book, and what are some tools in it?
Well, the book is called The Authority of a Father's Words to His Son.
Okay.
And the premise of it comes from Proverbs, death and life is in the power of the tongue.
Okay.
And because I always believe, I'm a person, I believe in words. When I have friends that say to me, man, it's killing me. No, it's not killing you. You're not dead. It's okay. Be careful about your words.
Yeah.
My this, my disease, my diabetes. I used to say that.
Yeah.
My diabetes. And I say, nope, it's not my diabetes. It's diabetes that's trying to attack my body.
Yeah.
So when my son was born, I was terrified because I didn't have a father.
Yep.
And I didn't know what to say to him, how to raise him, what to teach him. Those things. All I could think about is things that my mentors gave me and poured into me. But it's like, what happens when he needs to talk to girls? Mm-hmm. What happens when he comes home and said, Daddy, I'm being bullied? You know, the first thing I thought about was like, my mom told me, you better get out there and fight back. You better, my mom said, you better not, if you come in here and you lost, I'm going to beat your tail and send you back out there. That's all I could think of. So it was like, okay, nope, I can't say that to him. I'm not going to say that to him. But then I say, okay, God, I need you to show me how to raise my son. I need you to give me what to teach him. So God started downloading me these things, these different topics, like his success, his prayer life, his relationship with God, his salvation, success, his purpose.
Yeah. Different
things in the book. It's about 31 things that a father can use as a daily devotion to teach his son.
Yeah.
And because words are powerful, especially coming from a father. Because back in the Bible days, a father's words, their blessing over their child meant everything to the child. It meant life or death, blessing or cursing to the child. And so I wanted to know those things for my son, and then God said to write a book for new dads, especially dads who didn't have their fathers in their lives, so they would know what to teach their son. And it's almost like a bonding session, because they could take you have to take time with your son to teach him these things, to go through the book. It's like you need to sit down with your son. It's activities, it's things you say to him and things like that. So it's taking time. So it gives fathers that time of bonding with their son.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So there's some really great practical pieces in Nate's book that will help just that relationship, to help that connection, give some of those tools. And I know when I first became a father, that moment it was so emotional. There was just so much. Actually, just recently, my son and I got a chance to kind of go through some old pictures and videos to kind of create a collage of some of his first year. And that was just, it's a total life-changing thing. So I have a very practical piece is so important. So dads, fathers, even moms, if you want to get this book and give it to the father and provide some tools in a way that they can relate together, super awesome. Nate, your website is kingdomrelationships.org.
Yes.
So you can find Nate, and that resource will be coming out summer of 2018.
Yes.
And just one thing that I like to ask my guests on this show is, what was one thing that when you applied this piece of information or this activity really helped your leadership? Because you've really grown in your leadership even without that father figure. You've had mentors, but what was one thing that really helped you grow that might help us grow as well?
Consistency.
Consistency.
Yeah.
It's great. Consistency in all things, just consistency in something specific.
Being consistent in whatever you do in life. One thing I've learned, and I learned this from my wife. We got married, and I also learned it more with my son, because I have to be consistent with him, with what I'm teaching him. I have to be consistent with how we discipline him. With the most thing that helped me is potty training. And
consistency in that is important.
Right, being consistent with that, but that also taught me things being consistent in life with myself, because things I'm doing to make a better life for my family, I have to be consistent. Things I'm doing to promote business, to promote work, to elevate at work, to elevate in life and ministry, I have to be consistent. And I learned that consistency will bring you success. And
awesome.
That's what's helped me and my leadership growth is consistency.
That's awesome. That's great. So thank you, Nate, so much for being here and being on the show today. One of the things that you had expressed to me earlier is that you hope that this book continues a conversation, that helps start a conversation and continue a conversation. And that's one thing that I like to do as well. So we want to try to continue this father conversation, continue to kind of put this high value on the family, which I know that you had said that you help new couples and relationships as well. So part of your ministry,
yes,
you're doing that. So that's great. And we just want to continue that conversation. So we want you to join in that conversation. Head over to Nate's website and join in the conversation. There's some great videos there. The book will be released shortly, and or may have already been released when you're watching this video. So take a listen, or take some time and watch those videos, and head over to the website. Nate, thank you so much for joining me on the show today.
Thanks for having me too.
Great. And as always, if you share this video, leave a comment on YouTube, subscribe, or leave a review on the podcast, you will be entered into our weekly resource drawing. And the resource this week will maybe even be Nate's book. So we'll see if we can get some books from Nate and give them to you as as the winner of this week. So go ahead and share this video and be entered into that drawing. We'll do that on Friday. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.